Hi friends, and welcome back to day 3 of our Thriftmas in July series, where we are going to Goodwill every single day for the first 12 days of July. We found some good things in days 1 and 2, but I really just haven't found that banger that I'm like so excited about. I just cannot get home to list, either in like the amount of quantity of things that we find or just like in a really good quality type situation. So I am on a bit of a deadline today. I've got like a solid 30 minutes before I absolutely need to go pick up my daughter. So fingers crossed we find something good and that we find it quickly. So let's head in to see what I can find to flip online for a profit. Let's go. So before heading over to the new rack we spot at the front of the store, I do spot these Crocs. These are pretty unique, which was why I was thinking about picking them up, but at $12, they're just too high. Probably if they were $10 or more, they're in such great condition, I could have grabbed those. And then I spotted, do you see that floral dress? I cannot wait to get to that one, but we're going to start at the beginning and then see what we can find. I've mentioned before, I do like buying bras, especially new with tag ones, because they usually have them for $3 here. This is just maiden form. I might have grabbed it at the bins, but I'm not going to grab it for $3. These I just thought were cute. I was considering them for myself. I like the pink and white print. Then move in here to see all the fast fashion that we're going to find today. So the first find that we grab here is a COS shirt. I really like this one. It's a really comfy jersey knit fabric, and I knew that I'd be able to wear that into the office first, which is always a perk for me. I'm always looking for things that I can wear myself before selling them. There's a Lulu's dress that looked pretty plain, but the star of the show is coming up because this is a new with tags Lulu dress. I was trying to make sure this wasn't another one. But I do comp this in the store to see how it is performing. It looks to be performing pretty well. It does have both brand new with tags things on it, and it is standard price, which is fantastic. They did not price it up. They often will mark dresses at $17 if they notice the tags. It's got beading and embroidery all over it. It is stunning. I'm going to use so many keywords in it. I'm also going to use all of the prom and homecoming type things. I can just see a girly pop wearing that. It's very Barbiecore. I know we're not super into Barbiecore right now, but I mean, does pink really ever go out of style? This is Alexia Admore, and although it is stunning and the comps for this brand look high, I cannot get it to sell. I think it has a really slow sell-through, and I have a formal dress from it that I keep lowering the price, and it is not helping. I was hoping that red dress was going to be something, but I couldn't find a tag in it at all. Here's a brand you may see me pick up on my channel, and that is Secret Olsen. I am not picking this one up though because I like to buy the 100% linen items. Those are the ones that tend to sell from the brand for me. Just wanted to show you, that white tank top was $5.49. Goodwill, what are you doing? They have some of the men's tanks and tees at $2.99 or $3.29 now, but all of the women's tops are $5.49, which is just kind of crazy. I don't know why there's this gender disparity. It seems unfair, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do your stores have different prices for men and women, and are the women's prices higher? Yeah. This is so cute. Look at Pooh. Sadly for today, that is the only new clothing rack. I have not checked the carts yet, but we're gonna head over to the kids' shoes, look at the pajamas really quick. We'll still find some stuff. Don't worry, we got a bit of time. I've said it a bunch of times, but I do like checking the kids' shoes because they don't always have them priced to the sky like they do the adult shoes. I thought these were adorable little Elsa shoes. My daughter would love them, although they are much too small for her and very impractical. I have no idea where she would wear those unless she was literally wearing them as a costume. So these Nikes I did consider. They're just not one of the best styles. They're in great condition. I think they were only $6. But those little Nike Revolutions for me don't really ever sell. So I did end up leaving these behind. There are some other, styles of little Nike toddler ones that I would pay $6 for, especially since they were in that great of condition. But I have a couple little Revolutions sitting in my store that end up selling for like $10, $12, $15. So just recapping, trying to give you a better angle of that dress. I did look it up. I'm very excited about it. I thought maybe perhaps there was a little Lily Pulitzer mixed in there from that pattern. OMG. Anybody need some metallic purple pants for the little guy or little girl? They have bags just all throughout the store, and I honestly don't go through them very often because they just always have them marked high, and I usually don't find that many good things. These Crocs I considered, but they were $8. Those aren't going to sell for more than, 18 or 20. These are a good grab though, however.
So if you're not familiar with Mini Melissa is well known for their hold on, I'm going to let Goodwill stop talking.
Thank you for your support.
If you're not familiar with Mini Melissa is well known for their gel shoes, the jellies, but they smell like sweet. So if you're ever looking at Mini Melissas and you want to know if they're real, I don't know if anyone makes fake ones, smell them. But for $8 or $6, we're gonna have to grab these. They sometimes sell for like $30 to $35 for me, so I'm happy with that. And we're in the right season for them. You've been hearing me talk in my brand videos how I'm not picking up these. They're also Kookaburra by Kookaburra, so they're not as good of a style either. I don't even know how much these are. Yeah, $10. That's a hard no. I got excited for a hot second. These faked me out, but that's okay. These ones, no, not these ones either. All right, let's keep going.
Show Me Your Muumuu is a really good bolo, and this one is super cute, but don't be faked out. This was in a FabFitFun subscription box forever ago. I actually have that exact one, and it is everywhere. It is saturated on all the platforms. So unless you're picking it up for yourself, leave that one at the thrift store. Trust me, I have seen other resellers pick it up, unfortunately not knowing, and I just happened to know because I got that specific subscription box. This I just thought was super cute, Calvin Klein. If this had been standard price, I don't know why it's in the pajamas, but if it had been standard price, I probably would have grabbed that. So I'm trying to work on being better about not being brand blind, meaning only purchasing things because of the brand. Lafayette 148 is a very high, very expensive brand, but these are two blazers that after careful consideration, I do end up leaving them both behind. The gray one was not a great style, and it had that little spot on it. This one was an interesting faux suede, but they were both older labels. They both didn't look very modern or current. I have one or two Lafayette 148 blazers that I can't get to sell. This Athleta, however, is so cute. Very modern, very slouchy, very contemporary. I love the sage green color. I think that one's gonna do really well. This is Ming Wang, who is a higher end designer. She does take a little bit to sell. It's not the fastest sell through rate, but this is a size extra large. I liked the coloring. I do think it will sell well once it sells, and so I am okay with that. This one, it just kind of looked nice. It said made in Italy, so I ended up comping this. I was hoping it was 100% linen, but after taking a look at it, I did end up leaving that one there as well. Flojos, I would grab at the bins, but I'm not going to pay Goodwill prices for them. You know the golden rule of thrifting is always check the putback rack, so I am of course going to swing over there and see what things we can find. Because usually people will shop things from the store. They will maybe find really good things on the new racks. We can't try things on in our dressing rooms, but people will come over here to use this mirror, and then they will put back, things they don't want. So oftentimes I can find some really good things over here, and I always need to check it. So if you're not checking a putback rack, please work that into your processes. This looked beautiful. I didn't think that I would be able to sell it with this brand. I wasn't sure if it was vintage or what it was, but it really was beautiful. This one I hadn't heard of before, so I do take that and scan it after I'm done filming and just see. It didn't end up being worth anything for me to resell, but it looked like a really cute activewear brand. This is an older athletic tag, very basic. I end up leaving that behind as well. Might grab it at the bins though. I had a few more minutes since I didn't have very many new racks, so I decided to go through a row of men's tops. I'm trying to be more conscious about checking the men's tops. And I found this Joseph A. Bank 100% linen. I think it's like an extra large. I am not picking a lot of Joseph A. Bank stuff up, but that being linen this time of year, I think is going to sell well. This FootJoy would have been a really good score. It was new with tags, but since it was new with tags, Goodwill, of course, had it priced up. So at $11, I left it behind. I would have grabbed it at standard price. This is Pendleton. There's a time I might have grabbed these just because they were Pendleton, but they are way basic. I don't think they would sell for much, and I don't think they would sell very quickly either. It is that time of year to be checking, shorts, always looking for swim trunks, hybrids, things like that. These are Vineyard Vines. Those might have done decently well, but they were pretty basic, so I'm trying to be more selective. I do have a lot of inventory. We are shopping every single day at the store, so I'm trying to do my best. Hold me accountable, as I always say. These are pelagic, so I did remember hearing about these. I comped them, but I just decided they weren't worth it for the comps that I was seeing. Shoes, as I keep saying, are really annoying to check at my store because they are all throughout the store on the top of the racks, but just trying to go through a few as I get over to a few new carts that I see, so we're going to get there in a second. I'm mostly just looking to see if anything looks recognizable or if anything looks like good quality leather, and then it'll be worth me touching it or picking it up or looking at it or looking for a brand. Nothing too crazy in these carts so far. When there are bags, I always try to check the bags because I have found a few goodies that way. We did find a couple good bags in Thriftmas in these new carts. Usually I can tell right away whether they are like a Shein, a mall brand, kind of yucky, gross fake leather, whether it's something, looking inside to see a brand. That's Merona, which is what? Kohl's, Target, something like that. This, do you want that in your bathroom? I think it's a little strange, but that may be just me. This just looked interesting, and then I realized this is Doll's Kill, so that might have been really good, but at $17, I doubt that was worth it. To be honest, I didn't comp it, so maybe I missed out on something. But on the way there, I did find these Patagonia shorts. Very excited about that. They're like a hybrid board short. They were standard price $5.49, women's size 4. Anytime I can find Patagonia, it's going to be a good day. It does look like they're from their worn-wear collection, meaning they were returned to the store at some point and then they were resold by the store, but that's okay. It didn't stray me at all from picking them up. Since I found one pair of Patagonia, I'm obviously looking now to see if I can find some more. Don't worry if I ever pull something off a hanger like that accidentally when I'm filming. I always go back after I hit stop to make sure everything gets back on their hangers. I just only have 2 hands, and right now one of them is holding the camera. I know sometimes I get a comment that I need to stop doing that, but trust me guys, don't worry. I always leave things better than I found them in the store. I think that's important. I have been seeing a lot of shorts sell. Even just yesterday, I think I sold 3 pairs of shorts. So if you have some in your death pile, get them listed. Here's another one on my don't buy brands list. It's Aster the Label. Although this is absolutely adorable, I probably wouldn't have even bought this at $8. It is new with tags though, so they had it priced up to $17. Super cute, would have worn it myself, but not looking to buy it to resell.
So it was definitely a little bit disappointing that they didn't have more new stuff out, but I mean, this is real life. When we go every single day, we're not going to find, I wanted a banger. We're not going to find that every single day. But what I did find was 7 really good, what I would consider bread and butter items for me that I do still think can sell for $30 or more, or will at least sell quickly. Like the Joss Bank linen might sell for like $25, but it's a great time to be selling it. Same with the Mini Melissas. And anytime I can find Patagonia, even if it's like the most basic pair of shorts, I just feel good about myself because I don't find it all that often. Ever. But we'll be back tomorrow, and maybe, sometimes I go in there and there's like 10 new racks. So I never know what I'm going to find. If you go to a Goodwill or a normal thrift store and you're like, oh my gosh, it was terrible, at least give it a few tries. There are some that I like more than others, or some that I really don't prefer to go to, but at least try it a couple times because you really never know what you're going to get. All right, and that is it. I did a pretty good job sticking to my time. I was like 5 minutes over, which for me is amazing. So I'm gonna go pick up my daughter, get her to gymnastics. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe. Come back tomorrow for day 4, and I'll see you next time.